He's like,
He's like,
the boss isn't happy, man. The rest of your group, you guys, they turned and they started a fight up there. They wouldn't take their medicine, and so the boss is pissed. If I was you
Did
guys, I'd get out of town.
is his stuff? Is the dwarf's stuff still here?
He says, I don't know. They told me to come down here and start cleaning up. I missed the whole fight. Thank goodness, man. Yo, they killed Dave and Ryan.
Jesus.
Plus, those wicked, nasty adventurers that came in here, one of theirs, they got gacked, lit on fire. They're pissed. Those adventurers are pissed.
Wait, the adventurers did what?
The adventurers, they're pissed.
The other
one of their
adventurers-
friends got killed. The guy in the black cloak, he died. The adventurers wanted to kill the dwarf, and I think that the boss would have let them, but I don't know. He said he was more important as a message.
There are
Douglas.
other adventurers here? I say to Ellie.
Yeah, there were. The Kingfisher guy had his own high level NPC guys. Had his own proper thug squad of real adventurers. Let's go up to the palace right now.
Yeah, I'm with that. All right, I say to the guys, take them to the palace.
Okay.
Just before we go, I'm going to step out from the shadow, and I'm going to talk to what's his name here,
Okay.
and ask him, throwable fire. Do you have any on hand?
When he sees you, he lifts his weapon up again and he says, "Holy shit!" He's like, "That's the one. Hey, you guys, we gotta grab that guy. He's worth extra money if we can find this one, the Minotaur."
Yeah, you can come with me, and I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to just set him on my shoulders, and I'm going to take his sword and throw it away.
All right.
Emphasize that he is tiny.
All right. Yeah, his buddies, of course, don't do anything. They just stand there. So contest of strength for you to wrench his sword out of his hand. Haha. I got a 3. Beat a 3, Jack. All right, perfect. Yeah, you pluck his sword from his hand and throw it away. He's like, "Hey, you guys, Steve, you got to help me. What's wrong with you guys?" He throws you on the shoulder and he kind of looks at them and he notices now that Valhalla is still playing the harp and they're kind of nodding on the beat and he goes, "Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Help!" He starts screaming and these guys up here
Oh,
on the...
don't worry.
on the-
I will not hurt you. And I'm going to kind of pat him on the head.
All right, these guys
We're
up...
going to see your boss. Your boss will be glad.
Yeah, these guys up here on the catwalk, you can see that they draw their weapons and start running down the catwalk to get to you guys.
All right, we book it.
All right,
Do they have horses?
you do not see any horses in this room.
And I ask the guys if they have horses. Really, the guys entranced if they have horses.
They smile and nod. They're like, yeah, we got horses.
Where?
In the stables.
How far?
This is not far, just down the street.
Show us. It'll be faster to ride a horse, right?
Yeah, it's always faster to ride a horse.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. That means Valhalla has to keep playing, which means you can't run, which means that you guys get, to this door before these three with their weapons come down.
Do I actually have that guy up on my shoulders like I had attempted?
Yeah, you've got them up on your shoulders. So these guys come down with their weapons out, and they say, "You guys, freeze, don't move, and drop him." And then, the big moosey guy over here is like, "Jesus, that's the guy. Oh, man, we're going to be rich." And then they say, "Dave, what are you doing? Help us. Get your weapon out." And Dave just kind of nods and smiles. Or Steve just kind of nods and smiles.
I'm going to throw the guy that I have at the smallest of the ones coming at us.
All right. What's your strength?
The score?
Yes.
20.
20. Beauty. All right, so...
Wait, that might not be corrected. I think it's actually 19.
Okay. That adds 1 square to the distance that you can throw a body. So from where you are, with a successful throw, which is going to be your strength versus his fortitude, you can throw him 1 square, and then your strength is high enough to actually throw him 2 squares. So you'll have to take a step if you want to throw him far enough to hit his friend. Sublime is swinging the flail around over his head.
Will do.
All right. So unfortunately, your strength's not high enough to. Your roll wasn't good enough to throw him the full. So you throw him into a square just in front of his buddy, and he kind of lands pancaking on the ground. and then scrambles to his feet and gets behind his friend. And we'll say he grabs like a crowbar or something from one of these crates. And he says, he's got Steve and Eddie. They've got him perplexed. It's a magic harp or something.
If anyone gets close, I'm gonna swing.
But otherwise, yeah.
It's a little bit of a stalemate. They're kind of standing looking at you guys. They don't want to make the first move. And they're kind of waiting to see what you do. And I think you're kind of waiting to see what they do.
No, I think we should be like easing, like walking towards the stables, whichever way.
Yeah, I agree. I'm getting out of here. I'm not waiting for their move.
Yeah, I'm just covering the retreat.
Okay, excellent. So you lead these two guys out. And Sublime and Elliot and Vince and Valhalla all go out into the street as well. So, and you said you're covering the retreat, Jack?
Yep.
All right, so as soon as everyone else is through the door, these guys are going to attack Jack.
Face full of axe.
Excellent. So you can go ahead and attack first, Jack. Which one are you hitting?
Is that our ally or no?
I'm just moving the ones that your ally outside. So yeah, the allies are outside. These four that are in here are all hostile.
So I'm hitting this guy.
Okay. And that's a hit. 12 damage. Nice. You cleave into him mightily.
Make that 11.
All right. The three little guys will attack you. One of them has a crowbar. The guy with the crowbar missed for sure, but the other two guys got an 18 and a 15 versus your AC.
They both miss.
And the big beefy guy got a 20 versus your AC.
That's a tie.
Okay. Your turn, Jack. And the rest of you are just going to continue heading towards the stables?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I am going to run after them.
All right. As soon as you turn your back on these guys, they each get a poke at you. The three little guys, nope. None of them beat a 20, and the big guy didn't beat a 20 either. So they hammer and swat at your back, but you managed to get away. And they step outside the door and call after you, but they don't give up much of a hearty chase. All right, you walk down the street a little ways, not shown on this map, to the door of the stables, where the two guys just kind of stop. And they go, here's the stables.
Are there horses?
Oh, yeah, there's horses in there, man.
Show us.
They say, one of them kind of leans up and looks into one of the small high windows. He's like, look, I can see horses.
Open the doors.
They shrug. We can't. We don't have the keys.
Ugh. It's like padlocks?
Yep.
Break down the door.
Or pick it. How big are the doors? Like, are they...
They're like stable door, big wooden, heavy doors. And Valhalla said break it, so the two of them start, leaning their shoulders into the door, taking turns smashing into it, which is making a lot of racket.
Tell them to stop. I'll see if I can pick the lock really fast.
Right.
They stop.
Ugh.
Elliot works away at the lock for 5 minutes without success.
Can I give it a shot?
If you do, you have to stop playing the harp.
Oh, right. Both hands. Can Sublime give it a shot?
Sublime just kind of like looks and he says, I have never done nothing like that before.
Could one of the thugs give it a shot? Maybe one of them has experience.
Jack, why don't you give it a shot?
Because Jack is terrible at picking locks.
If like everything else. All right, I'll tell one of them to give it a shot.
I've got thievery. I can try, maybe.
You're not with me though.
Yeah, Vince is there. She's just being really quiet.
Vince is there?
Oh, yeah.
Vince, yes,
Oh, yeah.
by all means, please.
Who? I did a big heal for her.
Excellent. Vince just kind of reaches past Elliot, and it's like, you're so close. You're like 2 tumblers away. Click, click. Opens the lock.
All right. Inside.
All right.
Horses?
Yeah, there's plenty of horses.
Any thugs?
Nope, no thugs.
All right, let's grab a... Jack, can you hoist... or can we double up so that Valhalla can... we don't need the thugs once we've got the... once we've got horses, right? right?
That's up to us. Is there any wagons?
Yeah, there's a wagon.
Can I ride in a wagon that is drawn by a horse?
Yeah.
Do we need to set that up?
Oh yeah.
How long would that
All right,
take?
I'll go.
How long would
It depends on how good your nature roll is.
I say we just ride. I fucked up and made us waste too much time on that lock anyways.
Well, my nature roll. Can I roll nature just to tell them how to hook it up?
Yeah, that'll help, but it'll still take a while.
Cuz it's like
But
you
it'll
got to,
what? Sorry?
you got to put their saddles on if they're not already bridled and then
They are
tie the saddles to the wagon and then make sure all those knots are good.
Yeah, there's no saddle when it's going onto a wagon. And if are they already saddled?
No,
Did you
No.
say, Johnny?
they're completely bare. They've been put down for the night.
Ugh,
It's 3:45 in the morning.
god damn it. Can we just ride them bareback
How
though?
big are these? Guys?
You can, but it's much more difficult nature roll.
Hooking up 2 horses to a carriage should take less time than hooking up however many horses we need for however many of us there are. Let's
Yeah,
hook up,
and then we have 2
Let's
wagons helping.
Okay.
and Jack will help
All right.
out with the hooking up of the wagon, because Jack does have some nature.
All right.
Can I roll to tell them what to?
Yes,
Yeah,
you can
how-
help Jack.
So does Jack take the lead on both horses or
That's up to you guys.
would it's hard to consider what's going to be faster. So if like cuz I don't know exactly how is this a T wagon? Like is it going to be faster for him to do both the horses at once, or is it not a T and both horses can be set up independently of each other? I'll let Jack do one horse and I'll do the other.
Excellent. All right, so that'll be a nature roll for Elliot as well. Elliot, for some reason, pays closer instruction to Valhalla's orders and gets his horse done up a little bit quicker. It might also be that the horse is extra skitterish around Jack because he is a Minotaur.
Great. So if the wagon's all done up,
Yep.
I'll hop in the back.
Yep.
Who's driving?
I'll do it. I don't care. Let's do it.
All
Murgatroyd's.
right, I'll get the guy to come in the wagon with them.
Yeah, we've taken too much time already.
All right, you get the guys in the back of the wagon with you, the 2 goofballs. You can see the other guys down the street are just kind of watching, and it would just be down to 2 now because the other 2 have gone away to do something else. But they like look up and they're like, "Oh man, what should we do something? I don't know. Yeah, we'll follow them." So you take off driving this wagon up the streets. So Elliot, are you like driving fast or are you driving sensibly?
It's like 4 a.m.
Yeah, now it is 7 after 4 in the morning.
Okay, so there's not going to be people out.
I guess it's like none of you have timepieces, do you? So I should start being a lot more vague with my time descriptions.
Right.
But yeah, no, the streets are pretty deserted.
I'll ride fast. What's the difference in DC?
I'm gonna let you pick the DC, and so like riding normal, like a slow, easy pace is a DC of 13, and you can ratchet it up for however high against the DC you want to roll, but that's how fast you're going. So if you pick a DC of 14, you're not going that fast, and it'll be this many minutes. If you pick a DC of 20, then you're going much faster, and it'll be fewer minutes to get there. So you tell me how hard you're making this on yourself.
Can people help? Can I get like nature? Can Jack and Vince roll nature to give me +2s?
Unfortunately, with this particular task, the only bits of like they could say, right, it's tough to.
Different idea. Jack steers carriage, and you guide me based on your knowledge of streets.
Are you cool with that, John?
Yeah, that's fine.
So so I'd roll what, streetwise or nature, and it would boost Jack's.
No, there's not much you can do to boost Jack's ability to drive this coach, but you can give him the proper directions on how to get there.
Okay.
Now, that's actually an interesting thingy. So if you want, you can make a streetwise check to try and take some shortcuts. But the shortcuts will add to the DC of Jack's driving ability because you'll be going through narrower alleyways or perhaps places where there's, maybe 2 or 3 low stairs. And so if you succeed in your streetwise thing, then you can cut some of the time off it's going to take to get back to the palace, but it will add 2 to the DC of Jack's driving skill.
So it's not actually going to help us.
Yeah, not worth it. Don't bother. All right. Well, while they're taking the reins, I'm gonna tell the 2 guys to go do everything in their power to stop the guys following us.
They nod and they're like, thumbs up, you got it. And they slip off the back of the wagon and get their clubs and cudgels out and start walking towards their friends who are shouting at them, hey, we're friends. Remember, we did that thing. We go drinking on Wednesdays.
Jack, let's just go. Just ride sensibly. We don't want to crash and eat up more time. So like DC of like 15 or 13, I don't know.
Yeah, 15 sounds good to me.
Do it.
Okay, DC 15 nature check, Jack.
Oh, thank God.
Nice. All right. You ride sensibly, but a little bit quick. So, at a trot. And you pass some more other thugs kind of roaming and cruising the streets with lanterns. And when they see you guys, they're like, "Oh, it's those guys!" And they chase after you. But you're able to kick them off the backs of the wagon and things like that. And you get to the palace. And by this time, you arrive at the palace just in time to see a couple of palace guards carrying out a ladder to the main gates, where you can see a dim figure is hung above the gates, dangling there, naked but hairy.
Fuck. Is there any way I can just vault off and scrabble up the gate, with an athletics or acrobatics roll to climb it?
Athletics, yeah.
And I'll just scream Murgatroyd in hopes that he's coherent.
He doesn't respond.
Oh God! I'm gonna use my boots to add 2 to that, but still, it's only 12.
12. So you're in your panic and your fear. You can't find a good foothold, and your feet are sliding off. You're trying to do that thing where you pull on one side of the bar and push on the other to give yourself traction, but even with your magic boots, you can't get up there fast enough. And a couple of the guards are. They're coming over now with torches and lighting up. You look up at the naked form of Murgatroyd hanging there. You can see his back, but his back is moving. He's breathing.
Oh, thank God.
What kind of gate is it?
What kind of gate?
How is it locked?
It's not locked. The gate is wide open. It's the front gate to the palace. So it's like a big wrought iron archway kind of gate. It's a very fancy affair.
Then what's Elliot struggling with?
Elliot's struggling with trying to get purchase on the bars to climb up it.
Like climbing up the frame of the thing so I can get at Murgatroyd.
Oh, I'll just fly up to Murgatroyd.
All right.
Okay.
And I'll also say, oh shit, I didn't realize I had Murgatroyd.
Oh, yeah. Kind of buried the lead on that one.
I did say several times, we gotta save Murgatroyd and Vince. But it's okay.
But you didn't. Well, we have Vince, and I didn't know what you meant.
Right.
All right, I'll fly up to.
Yeah, it's wider.
It's wide open, right?
Yeah, the doors are wide open, and kind of hanging to the fancy scrawl work up here is Murgatroyd, hanging by a rope around his wrists.
Oh, he's on it.
Yeah.
He's tied up and hung from it. I thought he was hung. Like he was dead.
No, not around his neck. He's been beat up really bad. And Valhalla, when you fly up there and Murgatroyd, he's just all he can say is so fat. They're all so very fat. And you can see that written on Murgatroyd's chest in black ink. I guess his chest would be really hairy. So I guess written on his belly, where there's not as much hair in black ink, is the number 88. This is also the
All right, I'll try to get him down.
this first time you've ever seen Murgatroyd totally naked, Valhalla.
That's okay. I'll still try to get him down.
Okay, with a little bit of work, and you're trying to hold him up and untie the ropes around his wrists. The guys get the ladder up, and someone comes up and helps you get Murgatroyd off. And with you flying in there on the ladder, you're able to lower Murgatroyd to the ground. And he's still just saying, "So fat, there's so many, and they're so fat."
What?
Once he's down on the ground, I will heal him.
Okay.
Who?
All right.
Who, Murgatroyd? Who?
Murgatroyd, put yourself at 0 healing surges and whatever health Jack can give you here.
Am I still on the map here?
Somewhere. Oh yeah, sorry, you're buried under this piggy pile.
Yeah. Wait, he's at 0 surges?
Yeah.
Then healing word won't work.
There, Jay.
Like 1 HP or something?
Yeah, 1 HP, 0 surges.
Then I'll use Cure Light Wounds then, and he can regain 1 surge worth of HP plus 3.
I'll be like fat cow man?
Who, Murgatroyd?
Sorry, I use serious wounds for
Vince.
Yes, Vince.
Oh shit!
And I'm going to keep
Murgatroyd's
on
gone
tending
down.
wounds.
Don't lay on me.
It looks like you put up a
Murgatroyd,
good
can you
fight.
hear me?
I'll nod.
I'll start slapping Murgatroyd around to see if he can hear.
He's responding. Valhalla's losing it, you guys. He just starts slapping Murgatroyd.
I'll kind of kneel down or whatever and help Murgatroyd with one of the potions.
Right.
just
Wait, the potions.
Just an 11, or those we'll keep those royal reserve ones for after he has a sleep.
You don't actually know about those.
All right, I
Johnny.
How much is
Do
those potions?
do those always require
11.
a healing surge?
Which ones? The Royal Reserve ones?
Yes.
Yes.
Would Jack know that?
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. You guys get to Murgatroyd into the very same room where Vince was recovering, and get him into the bed and give him some nice beer and some thick cut bread with lots of butter on it, which is Murgatroyd's medicine. And
Yeah, I need some scones.
and some scones. He starts looking better already with the magical healing.
And a raw steak for his bruises.
Can I be yelling at him the entire time we're doing there, seeing if he'll answer me?
He has responded a couple of times.
What? Then I haven't heard a thing. I haven't heard any response to anything.
When you were shouting, Murgatroyd, can you hear me? He said, I nod.
I really didn't hear that. Sorry.
Okay.
That's okay. That's funny.
That's why Johnny was saying you were losing it.
Who did this, Murgatroyd?
Those mafia buttholes.
Yeah, it was especially the evil adventurers. You held on as long as you could, Murgatroyd, and lit several more people on fire, but they just severely outnumbered you, and eventually they were able to wrestle diplomacy away from you and then get your shield off, and they had you pinned, and you just completely and unfortunately outnumbered. Eventually, the fattest one just kind of sat on your chest until they were able to to get you bound, and then once you were tied up and unable to defend yourself, that's when they really laid into you and beat the shit out of you.
I'm sorry, Murgatroyd. I really thought I could get reinforcements and come back before. I'm sorry.
They're lucky they're all so fat, because they would have been flat.
Yeah. I'm just glad you're okay. We're gonna go, but we're gonna get your shit back, all right?
Yeah, we need to get my stuff back.
Oh yeah, 100%.
88 written on your chest.
Yeah, they're racist.
How many of those
they're
black?
racist.
How many of the black stones were there supposed to be?
88.
And we gave him the stones, right? You handed that off to the king.
Yeah, they didn't seem as interested in that as in as teaching us a lesson for the humiliation that Kingfisher received. Murgatroyd, did they say anything about the 88 as they were putting it on you or anything?
No, he was pretty out of it by the time that they put that onto him. Even the thick dwarven skull can only put up with so much of a beating.
This
All
is
right.
nonsense.
Yeah.
First Sublime, now Murgatroyd. We have put ourselves into a position far beyond the line of my comfort, my friends.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh, I guess
Who has your...
Hatim would heal you too, Murgatroyd, so regain another however much you regain from a healing surge.
Where was
here.
Hatim?
I put you guys on this map here now. Sorry.
He probably stayed at the palace to watch the king.
Yeah, Hatim and Arwen stayed at the palace.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if we're all back and we're all watching Murgatroyd kind of get healed, I guess, I don't know, I'll ask. So, do you think this is the last of the goons?
My guess is that since we killed a couple of them, Kingfisher's gonna hire some more muscle and be on extra guard for us. But I don't see how we can let this slide.
What do you mean you can't see how we let this slide? We are the one who wrought this situation.
Yeah, but I mean, just because we started it doesn't mean that I doesn't mean that we can be fine with Murgatroyd getting strung up and all of his stuff being gone, right? Like, we've never written off that kind of thing as a loss. Like, it was my fault that Jack and I got strung up, but we all as a team went back and got my stuff.
Are we missing? We're missing one bead, aren't we?
We don't know that.
So, as you're thinking that, Murgatroyd, it's because while they were laying into you, Kingfisher was there, saying to you, you know, how dare you? You think I wouldn't notice? You know, there's one stone missing. He says, you tell your friends. I'm not doing the voice. You tell your friends that when you get back there, you better find that last stone and bring it to me, or else they're all gonna pay. And it won't just be a beating like this. I'll throw you to the dogs. And he gestures to the adventurers who are, they're calling for blood, especially the barbarian, who's, I guess, was really good buddies with the thief that you killed.
So we do know that.
Murgatroyd knows if he's going to share the information with you now.
Yeah, I'll mention it because like I wasn't the only one there that noticed. We only had 87.
Okay, so
I mean, I think I knew that before the guy even mentioned it.
Hatim was in the room, so I know that it was either Hatim, me, or Arwen who shorted him.
No, we don't. We know better than that. When the stones were passed off, Hatim had not touched them at all. Hatim would have had to do some magic manipulation to even get close to the stones. The only people who had the stones were me, you, and Arwen.
Right, but
Okay.
some of them fell on the floor, and we may not have found them or some shit.
One of them fell on the floor.
No. We found the stone.
Oh, you found
We-
the floor one? Okay.
We counted really diligently before we went back there. Yeah.
Didn't know if I had to
This
leave
is
those
not
or
something we would have left up to chance.
All right. Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
we'll talk to Arwen and Hatim. I mean, in any case, we were gonna get roughed up when we went back there because of what happened. Yeah, it was
I
probably.
don't believe that.
Well, I mean, because we handed the bag off and he said, grab them, and I wasn't about to get roughed up, which is ironic, and I'm sorry that that's what happened anyways.
They grabbed you before they started counting?
Yeah, well, they grabbed us and started counting at, like, the same time, right? There wasn't, like, a There wasn't a let's wait and see if we've got what we were after. We were gonna get, we were gonna get tuned up no matter what. But I don't know. Maybe it would have been. Maybe we all would have gotten to this point. What I'm saying is, like, if we let them start tuning all three of us up, and then they found out that it was less than whatever, maybe we would all have been beaten down and stripped. So, I mean, it doesn't erase the fact that it's a problem that one of the stones, someone from our party took one of the stones without telling us. Like, that's like anti-party behavior.
But how do we know that they were going to rough us up beforehand if they just went to grab you? I mean,
because they dragged us into a rough them up, very clearly rough them up sort of room. It was really apparent. You got to take my word for that.
You know, Elliot, I love you and I trust you as a friend and as a manager. But I mean, with all this backstabbing going on, I just don't know who to trust anymore.
Yeah, I feel you there. Yeah, the one guy said this will go better if we don't fight. But I mean, when we are completely at their mercy,
John, you can't tell me that.
No, but I
was reminding
remember it.
Elliot.
Yeah, and so one of them did say, like, while they were dragging us into the room, this will go better if you don't fight. You gotta take your medicine, sort of thing. And, yeah.
well, I mean, what?
Jack, can Jack do insight on fellow party member to see if Jack thinks he is telling truth? Since Jack was not there.
Yep. Yeah, Jack, you've been around Elliot telling the truth, and you've been around Elliot lying, and sure sounds like he's telling the truth this time.
I currently believe him. He is not giving off wrong vibes.
Also, I'm not gonna, like, I mean, when have you known me to backstab the party? When have you ever known me to act outside the interests of all of us?
Hey, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, Elliot. I'm just saying, with all this nonsense going on, one's got to be on their toes.
I agree. I'm not saying you're offside for considering my loyalty to you guys. But what I'm saying is, I mean, when have you ever known me to not want us to act like a team and shit? It's
No. I'm not questioning your loyalty. It's more of just raising the point that no one is innocent at this point. There's far too much strange business going on that any suspicious behavior can be trusted. I'm
Technically
not
still
saying that
a suspect because of handling stones and such, until we can find more information to explain. Is that word?
Yeah, we still don't know what happened or why. So I mean, we'll talk to the rest of the party. So I guess update our priorities. We got to get Murgatroyd's stuff back.
Jack, you said that everyone's treated as a suspect until the convicted is found?
Or until the situation is resolved so that who cares?
Jesus Christ, that's the smartest thing you've said this entire time, my friend.
Broken clocks
a little bit of
twice a day.
On... Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. Go ahead.
Jack knows. Will not be insulted. Jack knows broken clocks are right twice a day. Also, Jack knows Jack not smart.
Well, this sucks. This is
On that note, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say you in that moment you take a breath, and through the open windows to let in the cool night air, you smell the first smells of the cooking fires starting, and you look out over the horizon. You see the faintest of blue lights. The dawn is coming.